I just got off a Zoom call with the USDA, their NRCS branch, and they called in to go over the plan for my property in 2025 through their EQIP program. That is the one that I applied to and am currently entered in, and I will know on March 14th if I won any of the grant money I am currently applying for. But that isn't what this call was about today. They sent me a guide that blew my mind. They had a pollinator specialist and a biologist compile this for me, and the guide goes over the soil types at my property, the different types of plants, native plants that would attract the pollinators that I want to attract here. It goes over edge feathering if I wanted to extend different parts of the forest around here, how to remove invasive species. Like, it blew my mind, this guide, that it was put together for free, because you guys have to understand, I haven't signed a contract yet with the USDA. I will only sign a contract come April if I win this grant money, if I am deemed to be a winner of some of this grant money. For me to be able to receive that grant money, that's when the contract stuff starts. So when people always say to me, oh my God, you're dancing with the government, you're dancing with the devil. I'm like, guys, I'm not dancing with anybody. I'm just getting free help right now. And it's blowing my mind. And I come on here because I feel like nobody knows, no one is aware that this many programs, networks, helpful people are being paid by your tax dollars to make this process easier for you. So I know there are millions of people out there right now who are feeling the call to this land revolution. There are millions of people, I know it's not just me, who have never gardened, never farmed, never homesteaded, never had animals, never had livestock, that is feeling curious about it or wanting to get involved with something like this. And that is the point of why I share this on here, because I have not signed anything, and these guys have given me the exact blueprint and breakdown of how I could turn this farm and all the land around it into one of the most shining examples of a pollinator oasis in New York State. And why is it about pollinators? Because that is the topic that I submitted with them. Your land doesn't have to be converted for pollinators. You could be doing permaculture farming. You could be doing all sorts of different things. I personally want to attract butterflies and native bees to my property to be able to document it, host nature walks, potentially host educational events. Again, by having the property be this example of what the land around here could look like if people actually planted native species in it and didn't mow their yards into oblivion. That's just what I specifically submitted for. So that is what they're helping me with. They have given me the guide to already do that. So even if I don't win grant money, I already have the golden key. I already know the plants to plant that have been picked out based on my soil type, my soil location, the chemistry of my soil, the location of my property. Like, all of these things, a first-time farmer, a first-generation person like me who does not know a lot about any of this yet, I'm reading a lot of books, I'm trying to get there, I have been given information that I could never have figured out this year. It would have taken me some time to figure out this list of plants. And these guys just went ahead. There's people with PhDs and who have studied this their whole lives that are paid by the USDA to do this for Americans who submit for help for this. So this call, they scheduled an hour and a half. They were happy to answer any question that I had. They set aside so much time dedicated just to me and this project. Again, no contracts have been signed. So when everybody gets all paranoid that it's the government, I understand the paranoia. Trust me, I used to work for the state of New York a decade ago. I get it. That isn't what this is in this case, though. That's a different ballgame. Okay, yes, you sign a contract. Now you have to fulfill certain obligations to get your grant money. I may or may not be doing that this spring. We will find out. I will, of course, be documenting it and sharing it with you guys here because it will be entertaining, I'm sure. That's if I win the money. We don't know yet. I did see that our government a few years ago did allocate nearly $3 billion in 2025 to be given out through their EQIP program, which does prioritize small farm operations, urban farming settings, community gardening, and all of that. So if you don't have hundreds of acres and you think, oh, I'll never qualify for this help, that is so wrong. You don't even need a full acre, actually, to be in the EQIP program. All of this, again, I haven't signed away my life. I haven't paid anything. They've been to my property once now. They've printed out maps of my land for me to see and show me the history of my land, which was so cool. They went over the soil science of my property. And now we just spent another hour on the phone going over how to basically restore my land to its full environmental, ecological glory that it has not been in for nearly a century because it's pretty much been hayed. for 100 years. This has just been a hayfield. Basically, if you've never done this before, if you're thinking, how on earth am I going to get started doing something that requires such skills, such specialization, such knowledge of these plants, when everyone jumps on social media to tell you how much you don't know, you don't actually need to know that much. If you're willing to take advantage of these different programs that are put in place with your tax dollars, you are getting a service you are owed by calling these places and these people up. And I only know to do this because I did work for the state of New York many, many moons ago, and I did write things like proclamations for the different politicians that I was writing for. So I did see there is money sitting in these accounts. These programs do have to allocate this money. These programs do have to do good things. Yes, because, oh, it's a good talking point for the politician. Who cares? If you're the one who gets to be the recipient of that good thing in the interim, why not? So again, I'm just blown away by the attentiveness, by the care, by the kindness of these people that I've been working with at the NRCS. None of this is sponsored. I am just documenting my personal journey as somebody who bought 6.74 acres of rural land in the middle of 2023. Whether you want to get out of cities, or if you don't know what is about to happen to everyone with all these drones floating in the sky, if you feel uncertain about the future, a lot of people are feeling the pull to move out into the country and get a little slice of land that they can grow their food on, they can get their own water from. And I don't blame them. $24 trillion worth of land is about to be for sale in our country over the next 20 years. The average age of the American farmer is over 60, which means they're retiring. Not all of them have kids. Not all of their kids want to farm. Farming can be brutal. The way we have been farming for the last 100 years is very labor intensive and requires very expensive machinery. I think we are going to see a farming revolution starting now, of people demonstrating you don't need the heavy machinery, you don't need to till the land, you don't need hundreds of acres to grow your food and turn a profit from it. And I hope to be among those people demonstrating that. I have a long way to go, but with the help of programs like this, I'm feeling like, you know what, all this time I felt so intimidated to get started with something like this. I didn't need to, and I hope this video reaches the right person who might be also feeling intimidated that you don't need to know everything when it comes to plants and their Latin names and the agricultural process, when there are programs out there through your state or at the national level through the USDA that are awaiting you. I broke down everything there is to know about the EQIP grant program that I am currently in this Substack article I am going to link to in the comment section below. If you guys liked this video, show it some love, share it with someone in your life. It might change their life, who knows. In the meantime, stay safe from all the unidentified floating objects in the sky. Hopefully we're all here a week from now so I can get on here and continue yelling about the environment and butterflies and farming. We have to have a little fun with this dystopian stuff. We gotta find the humor in it. Bye.